So welcome, my name is Mike Hamilton. I have been trading since around about 1984, 1985. I've been day trading since 2005. And I have, back in 2005, I was mentored by some excellent US and UK traders. The US traders were worked in the pits originally. So, hi Andy. So yeah, of course the pits are long since gone. Everything's electronic, everything's digital, but it was good fun. So I cut my teeth on, in terms of day trading, I cut my teeth on the oil and the grains futures market, and have since concentrated more and more on the US indices. So I'm just going to give you a quick short intro, and then I'm going to give you a couple of examples about what I do in the live training room, and show you some of the profits I've made, just so that you can see that this is, yeah, this is not sort of fake news or whatever you want to call it. Just so you can just see that I'm a legitimate professional trader. Okay, so just to start off by saying, yeah, this is, as a day trader, if you're looking to get into day trading, or perhaps you're day trading and you want to develop as a day trader, this is not a get-rich-quick system. It's not a get-rich-quick situation. If you are starting out on day trading, then it takes about 1 to 2 months to be profitable, and that's assuming that you have done all the education, you've done the back testing, you've done background reading, and you are disciplined and prepared to follow the rules. Obviously, if you do that within a trading room, it's generally, you can accelerate that and potentially be you should be profitable in the first month of your trading. If you're trading on your own, then it can take 1 to 2 months. If you're trading on, if you're learning to trade via YouTube and free webinars, it can take 6 to 12 months or more and cost many times an education program. Because when you are day trading, you are effectively, just wait one moment. When you are day trading, you are competing with algorithms. So there's no two ways about it. You have to be absolutely on your game, particularly if you open a futures account as opposed to a retail brokerage account. You've got to be absolutely on your game, because it's a nil-sum situation. There's X amount of money floating around, X amount of contracts floating around the market, and every time you buy or you sell, somebody is on the other side of your trade. So you have to be better than the person on the other side of your trade. So it's a business. You have to take this, you have to take day trading seriously as a business, or don't do it at all. That's my message to you. Now, if you're treating it as a business and your aim is to be a professional day trader, you have to have the tools, the education, the patience, and the testing behind you before you can make a profit on this. If you do that, you can make a consistent profit. Today, I'm going to show you where I entered on the Dow. I did a screenshot of my futures account. Unfortunately, I've left it on my other machine and I've not transferred it. But anyway, I'll show you some other profits from recent times anyway. Now, how much can you make? If you, even from a small futures account, now interactive brokers, which are brokers I use for the Dow, you need a minimum of $2,000 in that account. And obviously retail brokerages here in the UK or in Europe, you need an absolute minimum of £250. If you're starting with £250, then you need to start with a tiny lot size, and then slowly build your account up. Okay, but of course, yeah, as being a day trader, it's a great lifestyle because I've got extremely low overheads. I can work flexi time. I have one day off, work the next day, whatever. So the rewards are handsome. A good day trader should be doing anything from 500 to £1,000 a day if he's a good day trader. And I'll show you some profits from my account. Okay, and then what markets can you day trade? Well, you can day trade stocks. I don't do this anymore, but I used to day trade NASDAQ stocks, because the reason why I trade NASDAQ stocks is because you get they open up before the cash market opens. So what you can do is find where there's unusual volume in stocks, identify the best of those stocks with unusual volume, and day trade them. Or just no reason why you shouldn't day trade UK stocks. UK stocks is potentially harder work, but they are day tradable. I've mentored a lady a few months ago who wanted to day trade UK stocks, and she's doing well. Now, so as a day trader, I very rarely hold futures contracts overnight. So I'm in and out. So I've got low risk and high reward. I don't sit there sweating about 500 barrels of oil I bought on the futures account. I'm in and out, and that works really well for me. And that adds to the whole sort of lifestyle thing, because I don't have to. Once I close the account, I'm flat on futures, and that makes life easier for me. Obviously, I'm an investor as well. I'm first and foremost an investor, and I'm trading UK and US stocks. So another side of day trading is I can hedge. If I've got a position in a stock or a commodity, then I can hedge it. If, for example, I want to stay in a gold trade on the long side, and gold is dropping $5, $10, $15, $20, as a day trader, I could trade against my long-term position to exploit an intraday move in that commodity or that stock. You could even hedge a position if you picked up a low on the Dow at 26,500, whatever it was, a couple of weeks back. If we experienced a couple of down days, you could short the Dow, sell the Dow, while still holding your long position. So there's a variety of reasons why you might want to day trade. Most people just want to day trade because they want a daily income. Fair enough. That's one of the main reasons that I day trade, and I use the Dow as an instrument to do that. Okay. So what are the ways that you can day trade? Very quickly, before we get onto the charts, that you can trade the open. So you can limit your time to, say, the first 45, 60 minutes. Yesterday in the Dow, we took about 140, 150 pips in the first 45 minutes of the Dow. Today I did, I think, about 180, 190 pips off on the Dow. And you can trade the close. The last 2 or 3 Fridays on the Dow, the last 30 minutes trading have seen 500 or 600 pip moves in 30 minutes. That's why I trade the Dow, because the volatility is incredible. I'm a momentum trader. Now, if momentum trading doesn't suit you, there are slower markets like Forex that are much easier to, much less volatile, and much easier to get in and out of. So you don't have to be a momentum trader like me. If something slower suits you, and if intraday trading rather than open session trading suits you better, then you can do that. For example, today on the pound, the system triggered a short at the high, and delivered about 110, 120 pips in total. And that brings me on to the main point before we go on to the charts. The whole crux of this is way back in the start of this conversation or this presentation, I talked to you about how this, to me, this is a business, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm a professional. So as a professional, I have to have a business plan. I have to have a trade plan. And at the center of that trade plan is a system for trading. And that system dominates what I do in the markets. So this is not discretionary trading, any emotional involvement. I have to do my utmost to cut that out, to simply not do it. If I find myself getting involved in markets and trading where I'm not being mechanical enough, I have to back off. Okay, so I have triggers, I have rules for engagement. And if for any reason, any one day I break those rules, then I have to back off. All right, so let's take a quick look at what's happened today. Hang on a second. Oops. Just turn off the share for a moment. Right, so this is my system. This is the way I mark up the Dow before the markets open. And so this is a 2-minute chart. Now we only use the Dow on limited occasions on a 2-minute chart. We are not into looking at very, very small time frames. I think one of the reasons why people do not succeed at day trading is because they've got their heads down on very small time frames, and very small time frames trigger very frequently. So I'm not interested in the triggers from a small time frame. I'm only interested in refining my entry from a small time frame. So there's a massive difference between how I use the small time frames and how somebody else would. Now you can notice this line down here is a dotted line with a pink zone on it. And this is where I started to buy. I had an entry at 390,400, which actually stopped me out. When it stopped me out, I actually re-entered on this line. Okay, so what I do is risk management is key to this. So I start the trade. My first trade of the day is normally a very small position, half size lot. If I'm wrong, I stand aside. If I'm right, I add. And that's crucial. Not many people know how to add and where to add. As a professional, I am prepared to be wrong, but if it happens my entry has screwed me up and triggered me and created a stop out, then I will re-enter. And like I said, when I'm right, I will add. If I'm wrong, I'll back off. So I was very, very interested when we came into the markets and everybody piled into my trading room. I talked about this level. I deliberately opened the trade. I normally open the trading room at 2:20. I backed off today because it's Veterans Day, bank holiday in the US. So I didn't open the room until 2:55 today. And this triggered about 3:15. So I took my first trade just after 3 and took my second trade about 3:20. Okay, so this low was about 3:40, 3:45, and this high was about 500, I think. We'll take a few pips. So I captured about 180, 190 pips off of that and then backed off. Okay, so like I said, this is, I talk about here about the anchor system. So this is the smallest part of a system, which consists of 3 time frames and a trigger system. Now let's look at the trigger system. So this is a general overview of the system. This is not this is not the actual system. So we came into the market with this bar. Yeah, this was the opening 10-minute range of the Dow. And my system told me that this market was too hot, this was too high, too expensive. But it also told me that that this was a key price level down here. And that previous slide showed you that this was marked off before the open. Now, like I said, we only use that 2-minute chart when the markets are range bound. And today, after that big move on Monday, markets have just been consolidating inside of that Monday range. And you can see, it's a shame I didn't grab that slide on my account, because it would have illustrated how I just jumped in and out of that trade. I will enter a trade probably in the last 90 minutes of the session, but at the moment I'm just standing aside and backing off. Okay, so that's the beauty of day trading, and that's the beauty of day trading in a very limited amount of time. You know, I was in that, like I said, I opened the room at 5 to 3, closed the room at about 3:15, 3:20, and the trade was finished by, I took it off at these highs. So I was in the trade for about 30, 40 minutes or more, I can't remember. And you can see, I expected the market to be choppy today, and choppy it is. So we've had one move to the upside from the euro session. Oh, no, sorry, that's overnight. The euro session was here. So this is Asia. That's Europe. That's early US, the open, and then the reversal time in the Dow for a move back to neutral. So if you've got a range-bound market, all markets tend to do is just gravitate towards a neutral standard deviations area. So that's all we've done in the Dow. The Dow's picked up on an Asian level, pulled up into a mid-range, and then is slopping around. So let me have a look at the. So how much? So this is a snapshot of some of my accounts. On this day, I did 470 in the oil, 280 on the Dow. There is so I did 75 on the Dow, 25 on the DAX. It's quite a slow day. That's on my retail account. This is screenshot. Let me enlarge this a bit. This is a screenshot of my futures account. So I did 3 trades, 127 pips. So 831 on the Dow, 155 on the oil, 490 on the Dow, etc. Those are my futures ladder. This is showing 555 profits on, I don't even know what that market is. I can't remember what that market is. Must be gas. I think this must be gas. And so on. So there's a bunch of profits. Loss on the Dow, 411 on the oil, and so on. So that's my method of day trading. If you are day trading stocks. I know I've not even looked at this, so let's just go and take something that's been very good. Let's look at the. This is something I've been investing in, not day trading. Could you have day traded this? Let's have a look. We'll look at the London Open. So this was the Monday London Open. Yeah, this was day tradable. There's the London Open. So we push up in the first hour, drop underneath. So yeah, anytime you have a market, if you're day trading, this is one of my basic rules. Anytime you're day trading, if you're breaking above the open range, then you do not short. You just buy pullbacks. So so if that's the open range, and you have a sharp push above the open range, then the last thing I want to do is start shorting. Once you break into that area, you don't ordinarily. I would have bought back down there at 104 as a day trader. I've been buying this at 96, 97p. We're currently 122. Ordinarily, this is the beauty of the indices. The indices normally would have dipped right back to that open high and then gone up. This is so bullish. It's just done a 1, 2, 3 wave move, and then this is the following day, isn't it? That's the open range on the Tuesday, and this is the open range on the Wednesday. So you can see each time it's stepping up from the open. If it breaks up, it tends to pull back. Here we've got a very shallow pull. So you can. I'm trying to make the point that you can day trade stocks. It's not as fun because they're not as volatile, but it still is something that you can do. Right. So if you want to join us day trading, now what we do is we have a live trading room, and that trading room is open. It's open 4 days a week, quite often 5 days a week. Normally Tuesday to Friday. Obviously, we had a really volatile Monday this week, so we opened it up on the Monday. But so that opens between 2:20 and about 3:20 normally, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer. And then once we come out of the trading room, we have an alert room which can go to your desktop or your smartphone, whatever you prefer. And I generally do calls on, actually, let me show you the call I did yesterday on the Dow, just to show you how this works. This is my call yesterday. So came out of the room and said, November 10, nice 150 pips. I'll leave it check back later. So that was 3:15 when we closed the room. At 4 o'clock, I called the Dow long at 138. So from it actually came down to about 125, 128. So even if you bought 128, 138, you'd still be able to stay in with about a 30, 35 pip stop, which in the Dow is nothing. Now that 138 went to 650, possibly even higher, I think. So if you'd day traded that into the close, you would have got about 480, 500 into the close. If you'd have held it overnight, you would have got an extra 150 pips. Okay, so even though the trading room was closed at 3:15 yesterday, 4 o'clock came in a call, and so you had an option to buy that and trade that for anything from let me see, how many pips is it? Anything from about 300 to 400 pips, depending on whether you day traded it or held over. Okay, and today I've done at least 180 pips just in the open and left it. And we are actually drifting. We are 30 pips, about 30, 40 pips off the high at the moment, just drifting. Okay, so if you want to get involved, you will get be able to come into our trading room and get alerts like this and build up your account. So to get involved, it's a 4.5 hour long program, and that program includes it includes 4 key strategies. So the idea is that we are able to capitalize on intraday or intra-week reversals, open breaks, pullbacks to trends, and gap strategies. At the moment, are in a market like this with the volatility, the gap strategies are incredible. Yesterday's low, that 138 call was a call based on a gap strategy. Okay, if you come into the program, you will learn the anchor system, the strategies, the chart setup, the whole package, the whole system. You'll get access to the live trading room. You will be in a chat room, and you'll be access to the alerts. Now the next program is on Saturday. Kicks off at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. And then next week you can go straight into the trading room if you come on the program. Now the book, if on this page here, I'll give you the access to this page now. Lost my chat box. Typical. I'll find the chat box in a minute. Oh, here it is. It's hiding. Right, so if you come onto that page, have a read of what's involved, click on this red button here, and there, 14th of November is the next program. Now, the price there includes 1 month in the trading room. There is a £250 sponsorship available. So that would give you £250 off of that price. If now there are conditions attached to that. It basically involves you opening an account with markets.com, and I will use the commission they give me to refund and sponsor your place on the program. Okay, so if you don't have to do that, of course. If you want to do the program, then without that, that's fine. Then it's $5.75, and it's a whole month in the live trading room. So that's a lot of time with me, looking over my shoulder, looking at what I'm trading, looking at how I'm trying to exploit these markets. It does cover gold, oil, Forex, as well as DAX and Dow. So any questions? So the idea is that once you come out of the program, yeah, IG is very good. There's not a massive amount to choose between the brokers these days. They're all got very good platforms. There's one or two I don't like. I haven't used ETX for a while, but ETX platform was not very good to me. I didn't like it. Markets.com, very similar spreads to all the rest of the market. The platform's very good on markets.com. And I can show you how to get a good chart package for free if you're interested in a chart package. But the fills are good, the spreads are good, and the platform is interactive. Markets on Monday, yeah, I did catch a big chunk of the DAX. I happened to be looking at prepping on Monday at 9 o'clock, and I happened to see the volume start to come in. Margins are very similar. I'll have I can't specifically answer that question, Kevin, but I have to. You weren't able to log in. iWeb, right? Okay. Well, my platforms were fine. Yeah, I jumped on the back of DAX, saw the volume come in. I just grabbed a position and rode it out to the, I think it was 2020 highs, wasn't it? I think, or certainly the Dow went up to 2020 highs and a little bit more. Dow hit 30,090 on the retail accounts. The futures, actually, that would have been 30,000 bang on the futures accounts, isn't it? Because the December YM Dow contract is about 90 to 100 pips out of sync with these retail brokerages. You need a new account, Andy. If iWeb was falling over, you need that's. I don't even know iWeb. Anyway, I've got an MT4 account for Forex. I've got Interactive Brokers account for futures and a retail brokerage as well. That's for shares. Okay. Actually, if you look at this one second, where is it? Let me just go to this folder. This is I'm doing an experiment in Forex. I had this account, this is my first week of trading. I did 2.5% in a week. So there's 50,000 account, ended up with 51,250, 2.5% in the first week. It was day trading, so there's not a lot of big moves in there. Yeah, 100. I go in 2 half lots, so that's $325 there. 200. These are all single trades. I had a stop out there, one stop out. Out of all these trades, I only have one stop out. Okay, so I do make mistakes, but I limit them. And that brings me on to the final sort of subject on this. It's all about risk management. You know, the whole trading profession is about risk management. It's the same business model as the insurance industry. So here's an example of trader one has a really good win rate of 75%. I've nicked this off of Facebook, off of a trader I really like. If he has an average win of if he's scalping, only has an average win of $100, but he has a big stop and has a $500 stop out, then he's messed up. If you can have, I've heard of people who have a sort of 25-30% win rate. Obviously, that is not a good aim to do that. But this particular example is a 50% win rate, average win rate of $200. Stop outs give you a minus 100. So that would with the 50% win rate, you end up with $5,000 profit, as opposed to the 75 win rate would give you a $5,000 loss. So risk management is absolutely paramount to me. Price per pip on good question. On mini Dow futures, I think it's as low as $1 per pip. On the full YM Dow futures, it's $5 a pip. Oil futures are $10 a pip, $10 per cent. Forex is one lot is $10 per pip. With retail brokerages, you can go as low as, some of them, you can go as low as 20p a pip. So it varies. You do not have to use a lot of leverage. And the way in which you use leverage as part of the whole risk management gambit is absolutely crucial. That's the one thing that's going to keep you in the business, risk management. Any other questions, guys? Let's go back and have a look at what the Dow's doing. No, it's slowly grinding up. So it's still, so it popped out of its open range. Let's get the pen. You can see why I'm not interested at the moment. There's the range. It popped out of the range. It's popped back in. It's held the floor of the range at 463, but it's gone to sleep. You know, it's Veteran Day. Volumes are low, so it's gone to sleep. But this is a great way to spend an hour a day. You know, if you just get one slice of that for 45, 60 minutes work, it's not bad. You know, it's a nice way to make a living. Then if it's sunny, you can go out and enjoy the sun. Otherwise, get on with some gardening or swimming or cycling, whatever it is you do. Right, so the offer's there. If you want to come into the program and join us on Saturday, what I'd like to do, I encourage members to do retakes, and retakes are free. I very rarely tune the system. I normally do about one refinement every couple of months, and I have done a refinement. So what I do is I invite any past members to do a retake. Or if they don't want to do a retake, they just want to learn what the refinement is, that's fine. I'll pass that on. Okay, so retakes are free, and there's a nominal charge to stay in the room if you want to continue trading with me and getting the alerts. All right, so if you are interested, you can contact me from the bottom of the page. Is it bottom of the page? Oh, the contact us page. Go to the contact us page, fill that in, or give me a call or email me, and we can have a chat. All right, any other questions? Any other questions? If you're in lockdown, well, there's a lot of people. Yeah, it's more and more people working from home. I've got people in the room now who are in full-time work, but able to take an hour out of their day or just trade the close with me. The monthly charge is £95 if you want to continue after that first month in the room. Like I said, that includes alerts on Dow, DAX, Forex. I normally just trade the pound and the euro. Very rarely trade outside of those pairs, and gold and oil. I look at oil. Oil, I don't know. We've got invents. There must be invents tomorrow, aren't they? But oil has done incredibly well. It's been on a fantastic move. And yeah, I think your Tully stock's doing really well, isn't it? Let's look at, oh, I didn't do that. Okay, I mean, oil's been really buoyant. It's a massive move. So you can see how it's hit this target here, breached this target here. There's the big Monday bounce. Maybe it'll come back to the Monday bounce or some. Yeah, there's a lot of traders who missed out on that burst on Monday, so I can't help thinking at some stage we're going to recover. Yeah, we're going to talk about stocks at 6 o'clock. Anybody who wants to join me for a big midweek review, then I need to give you the room for that. Some of you here are already registered for that. I'll just quickly find the link for that. So, like I said, anybody, I'm just finished for now. Unless there's any more questions, I'll finish up. But by all means, drop me a line or give me a call if you want to find out more and have a chat about the room. Otherwise, that's the link for the 6 p.m. midweek review if you're not already registered. And hope to see you soon. So even if you're in full-time work, this could work for you. Like I said, I've got several people who've got full-time jobs at the moment. Great. All right. Well, thanks very much for your attendance, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.